sound is a characteristic property of an object or of a living individual, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, when the sound is being produced by the vibrating objects, so we get to see like it moves like this, to and fro, backward and forward like this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So if you were to have a tuning fork, see this tuning fork here. So if you were to hit one of its uh, fork, if you were to hit it with an object, it will start vibrating like this. If you were to hit the prong, it will start vibrating like this, to and fro, backward and forward. Getting
Yes.
it now? And the movement is very rapidly. It is a very rapid movement. Getting it now, guys? So sound will be produced when an object moves to and fro very rapidly. If it were to simply move like this, no. If it were to move like this very rapidly, then thereby sound will be produced. So whenever we hear a sound, then some object must be vibrating to produce the sound, right?
Yes.
Also, in the speaker, okay, in the huge speakers, if you were to put some sand particles over the speaker, huh, or water particles or sand particles, simply you will see the manner in which it will be vibrating up and down.
Yes, sir.
Getting it now? So thereby we can conclude from that also, yeah, there's a vibration of the object to and fro, forward and backward, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there also uh, energy required to produce different kind of sounds, like the energy that is required by me to produce sound, or the energy required by this drum, or by an by a speaker. The source of energy required is also different,
Yes, sir.
right? Like in humans case it could be muscular energy, right? In a speaker it is a electrical energy. Getting it now?
Yes,
While
sir.
it could be mechanical energy, right?
Yes.
So these are some basic things associated with sound. Huh. Any confusions? I hope things are so fundamental here.
No, sir.
Okay. Hmm. So you have got these different objects here, and each of them have got different sounds because sound is a characteristic property. Yeah. The manner in which bodies will be vibrating will also be different. Yeah. The manner in which this diagram will be vibrating, the air molecules above it will be different from the vibration produced by this guitar or guitar here. Also, like, is it just the surface of the object that is vibrating, or is it also the surrounding air molecules?
Surrounding air molecules also.
Surrounding air molecules also, right now. So, along with the vibration of the object, there's a movement of surrounding air molecules as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Arham, Moz, Arhan.
Yes, sir. Because it is the medium between the medium for the sound to reach our ears.
Yeah, okay. There's in your class will be now at 8:30. Okay, now.
Yes,
So,
sir. Sorry, my computer had a problem. It got like वो खराब हो
okay,
गया था.
okay, no issue, no issue. Get that fixed. So, we get to see that along with the vibration of the object, the air molecule also moves, right?
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So, like the vibration that is in the larynx, that is the voice box, it is different from the vibration of these, right?
Yes,
In
sir.
fact, the special thing about the human voice box or the larynx is that it can imitate sounds. Sound imitate हम कर सकते हैं.
Sir, you're not audible. Yes, sir. Sir, you're not audible. No, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. You are not audible.
Yeah, am I audible now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Is my screen visible yet or not? I think it's not. Okay.
It's not now. Yes, sir. It's not.
Okay. Just a minute. I will have to make a quick call to the counselor. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, sir. It's now.
Okay. Okay. So where were we at? Huh. So we were saying that the sound produced by different objects are different, right?
Yes, sir.
While the special thing about the human voice box or the larynx is that it can imitate different sounds, right?
Yes, sir.
It can imitate. Why? Because when you're studying about the vocal cord now, the larynx now, thereby you will see that the muscles can stretch and contract. It
Yes,
can stretch and it can be compressed, right? So due to which it can be making different type of sounds, right?
yes, sir.
Okay. Hmm. So along with the vibration, you get to see air molecules are also moving. Okay. So hope you guys will not be able to define sound as well.
Yes, sir.
Usually definition comes in the exam, so we would have to define the sound as well. So just like light is a form of energy, right? Sound is also a form of energy.
Energy.
So it is a form of energy, right? Second thing we get to know about the just like light enables you to see now, it enables you to see things. Similarly, sound is that form of energy which enables us to hear, which makes us hear. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So it is a form of energy that makes us hear, right? Okay. So this is the thing about it. Now these are basically the different type of musical instruments, right? And each one has got a specific type of sound.
Yes,
Okay.
yes, sir.
Someone will be having a high pitch, some instrument will be having a low pitch. Okay. Anyone who like Arhan, Arham, you guys have already studied like why a
Yes, sir.
certain object will be having a higher pitch sound. Why is it so?
High frequency. Sir, due to the material.
Material is one thing. Now, second thing is that due to the manner in which the sound waves are produced. So thereby you have different things like you'll be studying about the frequency of sounds are different.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So if a sound wave is having more frequency, so thereby sound pitch is going to be more. Also,
Yes, sir.
uh, won't be starting that discussion right now. That will be in the later part. First of all, look at the drum and the look at the vibration of this tuning fork. Which one will be producing a more high pitch sound, which will be giving you sound
Tuning
with
fork.
high pitch?
Tuning fork.
Tuning fork. Why? Because tuning
High
fork
frequency.
vibrates at high frequency as compared to the drum here.
Yes, sir.
Getting it now? Yeah, Moaz, you getting this or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Now, coming to the human's voice box, that is also the larynx. It is present in the upper throat, right?
Yes, Yes, sir. sir.
Don't confuse larynx with pharynx. Pharynx is a
Yeah.
different thing. Okay. Pharynx is that part. Pharynx is that part which connects the
Okay.
nasal passage to the trachea.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Right? ये भी हमारे throat में ही होता है. Right? So that is the pharynx, by the way. So in our throat, you have got this voice box. Okay, have a look at this. So you can see there are different sets of muscles here. Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Now the base of this tissue, basically it is cartilaginous tissue. It is made up of cartilage, right? So
Yes, sir.
cartilaginous tissue are one of the connective tissue. These are found in different parts of the body, like the tissue found in the nose, this part, tissue found in the ear. These are the cartilages, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So also notice that there's a passage in between the vocal fold. In this in in the middle of the vocal cord, you have got this ear passage, right?
Yes, sir.
So the fundamental thing about the production of sound is that the vibration will be there. Due to vibration, the air molecules will also vibrate. So as the vocal folds or the vocal tissues, they will vibrate, the air molecules, the air that will pass through it, that will also vibrate. So due to that, we are able to produce sound. Okay. Huh. Please, one of you read the paragraph. Moz, read the paragraph
Yes, sir.
from the first line.
How do the humans produce sound? First, human beings have a voice box or
Come
larynx.
closer to your mic. Come closer to your mic. We can't hear you properly.
Okay, sir. A human beings have a voice box or larynx which is present in their throat on the upper side of the windpipe. The
Hmm.
larynx has two vocal cords which have a narrow slit between them so that air can pass through it.
Hmm.
Third, as the lungs through the air out of the windpipe, it passes through the slit and hence allows the production of sound as the vocal cords start vibrating.
Hmm. Okay. So if you were to look at the structure of the vocal cord now, you get to see that um, in the larynx, basically, there are two ligament tissues, which are called as vocal cords.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
These are the vocal cords over here. Right now, see this is where which I am referring to. This one, let me highlight with this color. This,
Pointed bones, right?
which one?
Uh,
The ones that appear to be like a thread. This one. The one I have highlighted using the blue color.
okay,
These
sir.
are what? These are the vocal cords हैं ये क्या है? Vocal cords हैं,
Yes, sir.
right? So here you get to see that the human voice box or the larynx, it will be having two ligaments. These ligaments are the vocal cords,
Yes, sir.
right? हाँ. Now ये हमारा बेस कार्टिलेज का बना है, but ये हमारे क्या है? Ligaments है. Okay. So these are the vocal cords, right? Now the vocal cords, they are attached to the muscles. These are attached to these muscles. Okay. And ये जो muscles आप देख रहे हो, notice where I am basically pointing. This muscle that you see, all this muscle tissue. This muscle tissue can stretch itself,
Yes, sir.
and thereby the distance between the vocal cords can also increase. ये भी
Yes, sir.
आपस में there will be a creation of gap in it. और ये जो
Yeah.
ear gap हम देख रहे हैं, it can also be increased or decreased. Why? Because the muscles can stretch, or it can stretch out, or it can stretch inwards. Getting it now? So hence the distance between the vocal cords can be increased or decreased. Getting the fundamental thing or not? Yeah. So normally, if you are not speaking something, the muscles of the vocal cords are also relaxed. Yeah. So
Yes,
they
sir.
are also relaxed. So जब वो relaxed state में होंगे ना, vocal cords are separated and they are loose,
Yes,
right?
sir.
So they are separated and loose, and while they are in this state, na, the air from the lungs will pass through them. Okay. So see, as I'm speaking, the air from my lungs is passing across this larynx, and then thereby it is making the vocal cords vibrate.
Yes, sir.
Getting it now? So basic mechanism यहाँ पर ये है कि normally the vocal cords are completely relaxed.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Notice which I'm pointing towards, this vocal cords. So they are completely relaxed, due to which the vocal cords are separated, ये आपस में separated है, and they are also loose, right?
Mm.
So air from the lungs, when it will pass through them now, जब air pass करेगा lung से, then thereby what will happen? This will vibrate and the sound is produced. So when we are not talking, or when we are not like singing, someone sings, right? So the two vocal
Yes, sir.
cords are basically far apart from each other, and there's a lot of gap between them.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so is that clear to everyone or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so there are a few things which I usually don't write, but they could be, if something comes important, you guys make sure you write that down.
Hmm. Yes, sir.
Okay, no? Hmm. In your own words, you can put it down. Okay. And when we want to speak, the muscles, look here, जब हम बात करते हैं, when we speak, what happens? The muscles of the vocal cords, अब क्या होंगे ये? It will contract.
Yes, sir. Contract.
It will contract, due to which the two vocal cords become stretched and close together.
Yes, sir.
Okay. ये अब आपस में, had I got a different diagram, it would have been more convenient. Look here, understand it in this manner. जब हम बात करते हैं ना, this is what basically happens.
So the first picture is the larynx in a relaxed state, right?
Yeah, this image here is the one where we are not talking. Okay, they are in the relaxed state, जब हम बात नहीं कर रहे हैं, ठीक है? In the second state, you see, yeah, we have got the same diagram. By the way, when you guys are having a winter vacation,
Sir, December.
okay, is the date uh, on which particular date it is going to be?
Sir, starting from 24 December to 6th January.
Okay, so that's a long holiday.
Yes, sir.
So after holiday, your exams will be starting then. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you guys will be in the holidays at your home or going to somewhere? Normally it's a winter season, so people usually stay at home. Yeah. So in the during the winters, right now, so we'll be having some extra things in the class, right? We'll be having tests also. So expect that there will be more tests. While you
Yes,
will
sir.
be having a vacations, you will be appearing for more tests in the class. Okay, now,
Yes, sir.
Moaz, Ahmad, Arhan, Arham. Yeah. Now look at the second image while you are talking. So this is how your vocal cords are, right? They are like this, and while I'm talking, they are vibrating like this. ये क्या कर रहे हैं? Vibrate कर रहे हैं.
They contracted, right?
They have contracted and they are vibrating. Getting it?
Yes, sir.
So this is basically what happens. Like whenever you want to speak, the muscles contract. Muscles of vocal cord ये contract करेंगे, and they will also vibrate. Thereby, sound is produced. And also, due to the vibration of this, what happens? The air, ये जो air gap हम देख रहे हैं, this air gap, look
Yes.
here, there's
Yes,
an air gap in it. So the air molecules are also vibrating
Yes, sir.
right now. Okay. Or vice versa, in a vice versa manner, we can say the air is also like the, as I am pushing the air outside my lungs, so that air is also making the vocal cords vibrate actually. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So in this manner, we are able to talk, sing, right? Any confusions? If anyone has any confusion, please let me know.
no, sir.
Okay. Now, if someone is to someone who's having a high pitch, what happens now? Or if I were to speak at a high pitch, if I were to try to speak at a high pitch, what happens? Thereby, what will happen? The muscles will contract.
Yes, sir.
Muscles attached to the vocal cords, they will contract and stretch, and the vocal cord will become tight and very thin. ये vocal cord क्या होगा? बहुत ही tight and thin हो जाएगा.
Yes, sir.
And thereby sound of very high frequency will be produced.
Yes, sir.
Right? ये कब होगा? जब ये contract होगा. Right?
Yes, sir.
So like you might have seen, like they I don't exactly remember what do we call such type of singers, but you must have seen lady singers who is sing at a very high pitch.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, शायद आपने देखा होगा in videos, like they are singing at a very high pitch. Okay,
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
right now. So this is how the high pitch sound is produced, right?
Yes,
So that is why the woman's voice is higher than that of a man. Okay, the frequency, basically the frequency of the woman is higher. Second thing is that women में हम देखते हैं the vocal cords length is smaller as compared to men.
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Huh? The vocal cords of men are about 20 millimeter long, right? While females have got only 15 millimeter long vocal cords,
Yes, sir.
right? And imagine like why the baby's sounds are not so pleasant, why the when the babies cry,
Yes, sir.
because their vocal cords are also having a very short length initially, right?
Yes,
5
sir.
millimeters.
Yes,
About 5 millimeters.
about 5 millimeter. Huh. Okay, actually it's as compared to normal size na, it's 5 millimeter shorter. ये 5 millimeter usually shorter होता है. Okay,
Yes, sir.
okay. So these are the things. Usually somewhere around I think 8 to 10 millimeter usually हम देखते हैं. Okay, this is the usual size of the vocal cords of a child, and woman's vocal cord is 5 millimeter. As compared to the men, they are shorter, 5 millimeter, right? So that is the reason why the voice quality of a child or a man or a woman sounds different. Okay.
Yes,
Now, why an activity also we can demonstrate the functioning of the vocal cords, right? हम क्या कर सकते हैं ना? We can take a rubber strip. हम rubber strip ले सकते हैं, right? And if you were to try to produce sound across it, so what you will do now, you will take two rubber strips of the same size. The rubber strips, you all know what I'm talking about, right?
yes, sir.
Rubber strips, right? So hold the rubber strips like this in front of your mouth, right? And try to blow air through the gap between them. के बीच जो air gap होगी, try to blow air through it, right? So as the air is blowing through the air through this stretch rubber strips now, you get to see that a sound is produced. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
And if you were to stretch it more, sound of more frequency will be produced, right?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Okay, and if you were to decrease its size, sound of lesser frequency will be produced.
Yes,
So
sir.
in the same manner, the vocal cords are functioning.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Moz, you are getting these things or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that is the thing. Next thing we are going to see that the sound need a medium for propagation.
Yes,
Does
sir.
it need? Obviously, it requires a medium for propagation, right?
Yes, sir.
So the substance basically through which the sound will be traveling, that will be called as a medium. Okay, and it always requires a medium. So if there's a collision of two bodies in the space, okay, you won't
Yes,
be
sir.
able to hear the sound of it here on
Vac-
Earth because of vacuum,
Yes,
right?
Yes,
No?
sir.
Okay, so thereby when the astronomers goes into the space, they need to use hearing devices.
Yes, sir.
A device like a walkie-talkie, right?
yes, sir.
So sound will need a medium for propagation, whether it be solid, liquid, or gas. For its movement, for its propagation, it requires a medium. Now, sounds can travel. Sound will be traveling at different speeds in the different
Yes,
medium.
sir.
Huh? And the reason why sound will not be able to travel in the vacuum is that because in vacuum you have got no molecules, no particles are there. Yeah, हम
Yes, sir.
air में देखते हैं हमारे पास air molecules hai, so air molecule will be vibrating. And solid object sound molecules of that solid object is there, so that will be vibrating. But are there any molecules, are there any particles in the vacuum?
No, sir.
Obviously no. So thereby, since vacuum has got no molecules, so if there are no molecules, there will be no vibration taking place. Hence, the sound will not be travel from one place to another. Getting
Yes.
it now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Also, you get to see that sound loses its energy after traveling for some time. Yeah,
Yes, sir.
getting it now. While as compared to the propagation of light, it travels a small distance, while light will travel a certainly larger distance than that of sound, right?
Yes,
Getting
sir.
it now. Okay. Also, if you tell me one thing, like, do we hear sound more in winter or during the summer season? हमें sound like ज़्यादा winters या summers में सुनने को मिलता है, like
Sir, winter.
Summer,
hmm,
sir. Summer.
summer. Hmm. Okay, both of you um, justified the reasons. If yes, why? If yes, then why? Why is it so? Moz, you also have to answer this. What do you think? Sound travels faster during winter or summer?
Sir, winter.
Winter. Okay. So two votes for winter. Yeah, Arhan. So why summer?
Sir, do we have to tell why we hear more sound in winter or summer, or do we have to tell uh, sound travels faster in winter or summer?
Huh. Both the things you have to tell. Okay, why is it that we get to hear lesser sound in winter but more sounds in summer season?
Um,
Hmm.
Sir, due to the sun, uh, the water vapor evaporates much more in the
Hmm.
air, so that's the result uh, of the moisture in the air, so the sound travels faster in summer season.
Hmm. Okay, that is good, correct. Generally, you get to see that sound travels. Generally, हमें पता है कि sound travels faster in a denser medium.
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes,
so
sir.
thereby we get to see कि अगर humidity increase होती है, sounds should be traveling at a faster rate.
Yes, sir.
So in the summer season, there we get to see that there's evaporation, more evaporation takes place. So there's a more amount of water availability in the atmosphere, right?
Yes,
So
sir.
thereby it's a comparatively denser medium, thereby the sound will be traveling faster, right? Okay. So even if there's a 1 degree increase in the temperature, also temperature की भी अगर हम बात करते हैं, like in the winter season the temperature is obviously low, while in the summer season temperature is higher, right?
Yes, sir.
So as the temperature increases, it also increases the propagation of sound. It also
Yes, sir.
increases the propagation of sound. Getting it now, right? So in summer season, if there's an increase of 1 degree Celsius, right? Not in any season, if there's an increase of 1 degree Celsius in the temperature of a given region, thereby the propagation speed of sound will increase by 0.6 meter per second.
Yes, sir.
Okay, note this somewhere that if 1 degree Celsius temperature increases, right? So thereby the speed of sound increases by 0.6 meter per second. See, if there is 1 degree Celsius increase in temperature, sound speed increases by 0.6 meter per second. All of you getting this or not?
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
So that's why you get to see that you don't get to see you don't get to hear that much sound in winter season, right? Because there's a multiple factors affecting the propagation of sound, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Also, there are winds flowing in the in the summer season, right? So that also has an impact in it. Okay. I hope it is clear to everyone. If there are any confusions, please do let me know. Also, by the way, you guys gave a test. I suppose you all have received your marks.
No, sir.
Not yet. Arham, I have sent to you. Others haven't received it.
No, sir.
Okay, look, if you guys having your phones with yourself, you can check. I will be quickly sending that again. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Most of you have performed well. Okay. While some basics concepts, some basic mistakes I found. Arhan, you have done very well.
Thank you, sir.
Where's the number? Yeah, here it is. No, I have texted it. Okay. Look, some basic mistakes you guys did not like. There was a question regarding which of the following adds manure to the soil. So commonly हम क्या use करते हैं? Is it not the cattle dung?
Yes, sir.
Huh? So the option was there were several options. Out of them, the most appropriate ones you had to choose. So it was the cattle dung, right now. Many of you were getting confused in the process of winnowing and threshing. Look here. Basically, what happens ना? ये जो हमारा स्टॉक है इसे हम प्लांट का स्टॉक कहते हैं राइट दिस इज द स्टॉक बेसिकली ओके now when you are separating the grains you when you are separating the grains from it now you are separating grains from it plus you are separating the that grain from its seed ठीक है this whole process is called as threshing
Yes, sir.
now अब क्या है ना what happens the seed and grains seed coat and grain both of them are together now it has to be separated now.
Yes,
So
sir.
when you are separating the seed coats from the grain, thereby it is called as winnowing now.
Yes, sir. Since the seed coat is much lighter than the grain, so the seed coat falls.
Right. So that is the thing about the two. Hamaz or hum. That
Sir,
is clear to everyone.
did I get wrong?
There was a question. I will have to check that. You did one of the question wrong. Question number 19. Okay, now. If you have the screenshot of the questions, okay, you can check from there.
Sir, I don't.
You don't have. Okay. Next time, whenever there's a test, na, make sure you take the screenshots.
Okay, sir.
Okay. Or I will also try to send the PDFs of the test papers. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So and make sure that you read the questions properly. Read the questions twice at least. Okay. So where were we at? We were talking about the propagation of sound through a medium, right? And I did told you like in which medium the sound travels faster. So sound travel will be traveling faster in the summer season. The reasons were clear, right? Because the air is denser. ज़्यादा humidity होती है ना
Yes,
summer
sir.
season में, right? Are you experiencing humidity right now?
No, sir.
No. Usually there's a dryness in the winter season, right? Thereby you have to use moisturizer. Getting it everyone or not?
Yes, sir.
So more the humidity, more the air will be more denser. Hence the propagation will be further. Getting it? Now, why you guys have turned your cameras off? Turn it on in the class. So sound always requires a medium. Medium could be anything apart from vacuum, which is not a medium, right?
Yes.
So these are the things. Now you get to see now the way in which sound is traveling from one place to another. It is a to and fro motion. You all know,
In
right?
wave.
In waves, right? So the manner in which the motion takes place now, it is not very uniform since it's a vibratory motion. So some of the molecules will be vibrating further and then will be coming closer to each other, then again expanding and then coming closer to each other.
The to and
So
fro.
yes,
The to and fro motion.
to and fro motion. Yeah. Also, we say there are rare fractions and compressions.
Yes,
So
sir.
where the sound waves, first of all, know that sound travels in form of waves.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Hmm. अब क्या होता है, where the sound waves are very closer to each other, like this. So वहां पे क्या हो रहे हैं, आपस में वो compress हो रहे
Compressions.
हैं.
Yes, sir.
That is called as compressions, like this. Getting it now, Moaz,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay. So that is compression, right? Where they are further away from each other, so that will be called as rear fractions.
Contraction.
Yes, sir.
Okay, here this is also compression.
Yes, sir.
Okay, rear fraction, just include this one. Okay, this is rear fraction where the sound waves are apart from each other. So this is how the
Yes, sir.
sound travels from one place to another. Okay, and
Yes, sir.
what happens after some time? The sound is inaudible. Why is it
Hmm.
that after some time you can't hear the sound anymore?
So the air molecules disappear or stop vibrating.
Not disappear. Basically, what happens now?
They stop vibrating.
Stop vibrating. Stop vibrating basically, because the intensity of sound is now dispersed in a larger area.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
जो भी sound की energy है वो एक बड़े से area में फैल रही है. Due to this, the intensity now weakens. So hence this you can't hear the sound any more than, right? So
Yes,
this
sir.
was the reason. In fact, if you were to see, uh, you might have done this a little bit of experiment or activity, like if you were to take two plastic glasses or simply two glasses, yeah, and connect them with a thread,
Yes.
yeah, and if you were to speak into one side, you will be able to hear the sound in the another side,
Yes, sir.
है ना?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so also if you were to stretch the thread को आपने अगर stretch किया हुआ है, so there will, by you will be able to hear it more properly,
Yes, sir.
right now. Okay, so what does this actually prove, this activity about the propagation of sound?
Sound travels in
Yes, sir.
Sound travels in,
waves.
not that is not something that we can conclude from this. Actually, sound travels in wave, we will be able to, we'll be doing activity for that also. But right now here now, what you get to see from this activity,
The
yeah.
compression.
Look here, what are the different materials that you're having here? They are in solid state,
Yes, sir.
right? So here from this activity I can prove that sound can travel through the solid medium, it can travel into the solid substances, right now.
Yes, sir.
So this here is a toy telephone right
Hmm.
now. So while I was in class 8, okay, so we did actually did made this toy phone. Okay,
Yes, sir.
so this actually proves that sound can travel in the solid medium. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
So this shows that sound can travel through the solid medium. While we can do a similar activity or another activity to show whether sound can travel through liquid or not. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So now, what do you think? Like the dolphins or different types of fishes or the whales, how do they communicate with species with a species or with their own species basically? Okay, how do they communicate in the water body? They can actually talk with each other. Okay, one dolphin with another dolphin, they can communicate with each other, they can talk
Yes, sir.
with each other, right? So with that fact we get to see like sound can travel in the water as well, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so what you can do now, mm, you can have a sound making toy, आपके पास एक हो सकता है, ठीक है?
Yes, sir.
Like nowadays you have got so many sound making toys, right? You put that in a polythene bag.
Yes,
So we
sir.
can also do bell jar experiment.
You can do a,
Bell jar experiment.
bell jar experiment can also be done, but that we will be doing to basically prove that sound will not travel through a vacuum medium.
Okay. Yes, sir.
Okay, we will be doing that also. First of all, हम क्या करते हैं ना, एक sound producing toy लेते हैं. Let's say this can produce sound. So you will be placing it in a polythene. हमने polythene में से रख
Yes,
दिया,
sir. When we put it
right?
in the water, less sound can come.
Exactly. Getting it
Yes,
now?
sir.
Less molecules are vibrating.
Huh. But still, you can hear the sound.
Yes, sir, since there are some air molecules.
Actually, the vibration of the air molecules are transferred into the water.
Yes, sir.
जब आप
Because
इसे Mhm.
in liquid, the molecules are far away from each other, so it takes time for them to vibrate.
Huh. While in air, they are more farther away from each other,
Yes, sir.
right? So when you will turn on the snow, you will have place it under a polythene. Make sure कि
Yes,
ये
sir.
leak नहीं कर रहा, there's no hole in it, right? So you will be putting it under the bucket filled with water. Okay, you will have to press it. You will have to press it क्योंकि हमने air
Yes,
fill किया इसके अंदर, right? So you can
yeah.
actually hear the sound of the you can hear the sound that is made by this toy. So
Yes,
thereby it proves that from a air medium sound is traveling into the water medium. Air से liquid में travel कर रहा है sound, right?
Yes, sir.
So basically sound energy is transferred from the air to the liquid. Or in another way we can see that the air molecules that would be vibrating inside this polythene now, अब इसके
Yes, sir.
पास जो sound energy है, what vibration these particles are having, it is now being transferred to the molecules of water here. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
So that is the manner in which we prove that sound can travel in the liquid medium as well. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now let's do another activity where we will get to see like the sound will not be able to travel in the vacuum. By an activity, we can do that.
Yes, sir.
So let's do now. You have got a setup like this where you have a glass jar है हमारे पास and you have a bell here.
Yes, sir.
You have got an alarm bell
Hmm.
like this. So it will be producing sound, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So this is a glass jar and there is air in it. There
Yes,
is
sir.
air.
Yes, sir.
There is air in it. Now, as soon as it is turned on, it will be producing sounds, right?
Yes, sir.
And you can actually hear it. You will be able to hear it. Yeah, the
Yes, sir.
sound is okay. You can hear it. While if I were no, yeah, someone wants to say something.
Yes, sir.
Huh. If I were to suck up all the air from here, हाँ, अगर मैंने एक पंप के जरिए, okay, if I were to use a pumping machine to take out all the air from it, so there will be
Yes, sir.
simply vacuum now here.
Yeah.
Getting it, Namaz.
Yes, sir.
Now there is vacuum in it, no air in it, right?
Hmm.
So thereby
Yes,
I won't be able to hear sound any longer. So
yes, sir.
that basically proves that sound cannot travel through vacuum.
Yes, sir.
So
Yeah.
in liquid sound can travel, right? While in this it cannot travel.
Hmm.
So usually such questions could be asked in the exam, like why an
Yes, sir.
activity show that sound does not travel in a vacuum. So you could be using this one. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Huh. Also, you guys who already have your first term tests in your school, make sure you send the test papers to me. Aram, you have sent to the counselor or not?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
You sent. Okay. Also, Moaz, when you had your first term exam, did you appear in the first term exam?
Yes, sir. My previous.
If you have got the question paper, do send that to me. Okay.
Okay.
Because there are different patterns of questions. The questions are set in different manner. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Also, I suppose you guys must be having questions where you are required to make diagrams also.
Hmm. Yes, sir.
Such questions are also there. Okay. Objective questions are also there, and questions that requires you to define different terms that are also
Yes, sir.
asked, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Thereby, I suppose you are preparing for the definitions also,
Yes, sir.
right? Okay. Okay then. So now here we will stop for today. Okay. Now, what are the different points we studied today? We basically revised today in sound.
The sound is the vibration of air molecules that
Hmm.
move to and fro
Hmm.
from the object.
Sound
Okay.
requires a medium to travel.
Sound requires a medium to travel. Okay. And in which medium it can travel?
The
A solid
air, water,
medium.
and gas.
Air, water, and solid.
Yes, sir.
Moz,
Is that
yeah. You also add some points. You also to mention what are the things we discussed today. Yeah, what things we studied today in sound?
that we
Yes, Moz.
studied like how to produce sound and the propagation
Please come a little bit closer to your mic.
of sir, we studied about produce sound and then propagation of sound
And
and the
sound.
voice for
Mhm. Continue. And what else we studied? Like how sound is produced in the humans, right?
yeah.
The sound
Huh.
is an energy.
Sound is a form of energy. Very good. That enables you to hear. Okay.
Sound travels in waves.
Sound travels in the form of waves. Good.
Tell
Okay.
about larynx and vocal cords.
About the larynx, about the
Voice
vocal
box.
cords. Hmm. Yeah. Who would like to explain how we are able to produce sound, how sound is formed
The
in
canal.
the humans? Okay. You continue.
So, there's a pipe. Uh, there's a organ present in underneath the upper throat, which is called a larynx. It
Hmm.
has two ligaments called vocal cords, and it has a pipe through it, which through air can flow it, and
Hmm.
the ligaments are attached to the muscle in our upper throat, and
Hmm.
when we speak, the ligaments contract and uh,
Hmm.
contract and
Vibrate.
stretch is so the sound is produced, and the pipe which through air can flow through it vibrates, so the sound is produced.
Hmm. Okay. So as I'm trying to speak here, as I'm speaking here, basically from lungs, air is being pumped into that pipe, basically, right?
Type, sir.
So air is passing through the vocal cords right now. So as the
Yes, sir.
air passes through the vocal cord, at that time, what happens? The muscles of the vocal cords they come closer to each other. The muscles also contract, and thereby the vocal cords contract each other, right? And due to the flow of air through this air passage in it, the vocal cords start vibrating.
Yes,
Hence,
sir.
we are able to speak or sing. Okay. Hmm.
Yes, sir.
Now, in the next class, we will be talking about what type of wave a sound is. Is it the longitudinal wave? Is it the mechanical wave? Okay. So, those
Yes, sir.
things we will be discussing. All right, now. Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
By
sir.
the way, we will end the class with two questions. What is the length of vocal cord in a man? Moz, what do you think?
Sir,
Length of
20
20 millimeter. Okay. And you guys answer. What is the length of a vocal cord in a female?
The 15 millimeter.
Yes, sir.
15
Five
millimeter.
less.
Yeah. So that is the length of the vocal cord in a woman, 15 millimeter.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Okay. So from here, we will continue in the next class then.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Okay. Then, so that's it for today.
Yes, sir.
Allah Hafiz, sir.
Yeah. Allah Hafiz. Yeah. Hello, everyone.